Uh, I'm here with, hang on one second, go right ahead, sir. All right, we're down here at Riverfest at Seaford, Delaware on Saturday. I'm actually here with Joe Booth. Mr. Booth, nice to meet you. I've yet to meet you. Thank you, thank you. He's running for the 19th District Senate here in Delaware. So I'm just going to ask you real simple. I'm completely unfamiliar, so all the people that are tuning in and watching, you're running for 19th District. What are you trying to accomplish? What do you want to do? What would you like to tell people down here in Sussex County about Joe Booth?
Well, I've been senator for 3 years. I'm an incumbent senator, and it's been a very interesting job, and it's a great district to represent. The Riverfest where we're at here today is indicative of how interesting the district is. I'm conservative, and I believe in family values, and I voted that way, and I believe I have a lot to offer the residents of the 19th district.
Well, let me ask you, Joe. You say you've held your seat for 3 years, correct? What measures do you take, or what do you do to make sure you are hearing your constituents and that you're up there representing them and doing what they seek? How do you stay in touch with the people from your district?
Well, I appreciate that very much. I send out a newsletter that I publish, and I try to do it about twice a year, a fall version and one after the legislative session, to let people know that they can contact me if they have any questions about what took place. And the other is what you see right behind me, getting out and about, seeing people. I umpired a Little League ball game last night, 7-6. No, it wasn't the umpire's fault, but it was a great game, and it could have gone either way. Two kids collided. One of them came up with the ball, and that ended the game. Otherwise, the results the other way. But I think getting out in the community and offering yourself out there as much as possible is really the key way to seeing people. I remember when I was representative and I didn't have an opponent and still went door to door that year, and they thought I was nuts. But I think meeting people and spending time with them, advertising your contacts, having your web page up through the year, things of that nature really help a great deal. Letters to the editor and to the media, I think really help let people know how you feel on the issues.
Absolutely. Now, while you're up there in Dover, right, what is the biggest thing you guys are dealing with right now, or what's the biggest issue that has your attention, and what are you trying to do about it?
Obviously, it deals with the economy. We've been in a slowdown in the state of Delaware probably going 5 years, probably entering its 6th year, that hasn't been turned around. And with that, we've had some businesses in Sussex County, Fellowship, which did some referral work and counseling work up in Ellendale. 63 employees. They didn't get state contracts. I looked into it, but there's a concern when 63 people in my district get unemployed, and I think we need to take a look at that and develop the motto: if Delaware wants to be the first state, and Delaware first, we better start hiring people in state. The firms that were replacing Fellowship actually were coming from California and Arizona and a couple of the RFPs. The other is Velasic Pickle. That impacts agribusinessmen throughout the whole county, which includes my district, and which is fairly large. And I think just because Velasic decides to pull up and go to Michigan, and Delaware's not as competitive as Michigan, that doesn't mean we can't go to another one. So I sent a letter to United Pickle and asked them to see if they were interested in coming in and filling those spots. And projects, we are able, because of the position on bond bill in Sussex County, having 4 representatives on bond bill, we were able to put money in there for the realignment of Airport Road in Georgetown, so that the expansion of the runway can go in. Expand the runway takes in a different set of larger planes that can be worked on by Pat's Aircraft, one of the largest employers in Sussex County. But we need to do two things, and it's a chicken and egg proposition. Do you expand the runway and then expand the road, or does the road get expanded before the runway? Anyway, $800,000 has been appropriated that will start the planning, design, and there's 2 more parcels that need to be purchased. But those are jobs, construction jobs that will be out of the people's way because it's a new road, and probably about a 2-year cycle. So it's things like that I look for, that I delve into as a state senator of the 19th district, and I think the experience in that position helps a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. Something that you just said that jumped out to me, and let me ask you what your personal opinion is on the issue with the airport. What do you think is the best route, the runway or the road first?
Well, actually, I think you could do the road first. It wouldn't be in anybody's way. It wouldn't hold anything up. The runway's also gotten approval. We went to bat for them for a little bit of state money, and also went to bat for the county when they went for federal funds. So they have the money in place to do the runway. The money on the realignment of Airport Road or Park Avenue is not quite there. But I think by the time you start both of them, they'll both finish about the same time, which hopefully will be about a 2-year time period. Hopefully less than 2 years.
Excellent, excellent. So, okay.
That didn't answer your question, did it? You
said right. I said.
Simultaneous.
Then it sounds like that's probably
for safety. I think you need to realign the road, and that was the purpose of buying all that land before. And they looked at realigning the road on 1,000-foot extension of the runway. They're approved right now for 500 feet, but the other 500 could come down the road. So really they could extend the airport, the runway now, the 500 feet. But if they went much more past 500 feet, you're looking at a safety issue with the road being so close.
See, when I think about it, I think get the planes coming in first and get the businesses going. And then
they can with the 500-foot extension. And then it wouldn't impact the road. You know, there is still some distance, and it would still be all right, is my understanding. But if they put on the other 500 and extended it 1,000, then they would need the road to be realigned.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's great, Joe. I appreciate you talking to us today. Do you have a website, anything you want to promote that you could put it out there, let people know how they can get in contact with you or how they can get any information?
I believe it's joebooth.com. There's also a Senate. There's a Senate website, too, that lets you go on there and view my voting record, which I think is very important. People should take into consideration how you vote and how you feel about issues. It's out there for everybody to take a look at. I also have Facebook, which is a new medium that I'm getting used to. My kids are already used to. Kids have the iPhones, everything else, and it's a new medium that I'm getting used to. Or they can call me at my home office, 856-1850.
Okay, that's 856-1850. Get in contact with Joe Booth. And actually, one of my shadow producers talking in my ear wanted me to ask you a really tough question. Okay. A lifelong Sussex County resident?
Yes.
And there you have it. All right.
I tell you, it actually goes back several generations on both sides of my family. In Sussex County, there were 3 Short brothers that came over about 70 years before the Revolutionary War.
How short were they?
Judging from my size, but my mother was a Short, and we still had that reunion for one of the brothers, Peter. Peter married Orpha. You don't hear that name too often, do you? But Peter and Orpha, we still have the family reunion. On my father's side, they were actually Snow Hill, so they were just below the state, and they were there for about 300 years. So yeah, and pretty much homegrown.
That's great. That's what we like. So here is Joe Booth. You heard him. He's on Facebook and also joebooth.com. What was the phone number one more time?
856-1850.
856-1850. This is Joe Booth talking to us here on catchalive.com. Joe, thank you very much. I appreciate the time. It was great talking to you. Great to meet you.
Sure.
And now I'm going to bring this guy in over here.
Oh, good.
Are you familiar with this guy?
Yes, I am.
come on, Bruce. I got to talk to you. We're going to talk Yankees real quick. Okay?
You talk about Yankees.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now look at that hat. You see that NY symbol right there? Focus that. That symbol stands for the first New York City police officer who was shot dead in 1877. See, most Irish guys, as you well know, became police officers. And
Irish, where are they? From the southern tip of Italy, right?
Well, you know what they call the Black Irish. So we become, and then you bring in the other WAPs, which means without papers, and they all come over, and they had a mob. So they killed the first Irish cop. Tiffany makes some fancy lamps, cut that symbol out, dedicated it to the family. In 1909, the Yankees adopted that as their official logo. And that's what you see the NY stands for.
Absolutely. There you go. A little number one New York Yankee history with my man Bruce Fitzgerald. Bruce, while I got you here, do you have anything you want to promote? Anything going on with the church? Anything like that? Websites? Let everybody know what's going on.
Well, this week, starting Sunday, my business cards got wet. We are having in Washington, D.C., the National Night to Honor Israel. Christians United for Israel, we're the largest, over 1 million members worldwide supporting Israel, Christians for Israel, Christians United for Israel. We'll be in Washington all week. And then Tuesday night, May 17th? No, July. It was just July. Yeah, right. July 17th, we have the banquet on Israel. And then from Delaware, taking a busload of 56 saints coming out of there. They're leaving Crossroads Community Church. The bus is full. And they'll go in for the banquet and head on home. And that's what's going on. And that's about it, sir.
All right, time. Bruce. Hey, Bruce, thank you. It's always great seeing you.
Yeah, and he won last night. Look at five.
All right. Now we're here at Riverfest. There's more to come. Stay tuned. And the weather's, Colin says you can see the sun's coming out. Those clouds we saw earlier today, there's a little bit of rain. It's all done. So come out. It's going to be a great day, great afternoon. We still got to talk to Kevin Wade today. Mr. Cliver we're going to talk to and see what else is going on. So just stay tuned and catch it live. CatchItLive.com. Thank you.